And besides checking homework, we're going to um, see something new. Okay. Well, I mean, it probably won't be new for most of you or all of you, but it will be, I mean, something else. I think you know it, right? The passive voice. You know the
Uh,
passive voice, right?
Yeah.
yes.
So there. So if we finish this on time, we're going to start with now the passive voice today. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. Good. Well, let's begin. This was the first part of the homework, right? You had two statements, and you were supposed to check the correct sentence, right? Or the correct uh, conditional. So let's check number one. Berenice, please.
Yes, teacher. James is always lazy. He failed a test last week. If you weren't so lazy, you would pass that
Hmm.
test. If you hadn't been so lazy, you would pass that test. If you weren't so lazy, you would have passed the test. The correct statement, in my opinion, is the first one. If you weren't so lazy, you would pass that test.
Good. The
Can you
first
repeat
one?
to me?
No. The first one is not correct.
I think is the third one. I think is the third one.
Ah, we're here again. Uh, um, my internet connection is not good right now, so it disconnected me for like a minute. So we were saying that the first one is not the correct answer, right?
I think is the third one.
The third one, yeah, the third one is correct because this is James is always lazy. Now, for things like that, like always, like facts, we use the present, right? So if you weren't so lazy, so far so good. Now, he failed a test last week. Last week is in the past, and the past is represented in conditionals with this, right? With past models. So if you weren't so lazy, you would have passed that test. Now, what kind of conditional is this?
Present past.
Exactly. Present past. Very good. Next, who wants to give it a try? Hmm. Angie?
Yeah, okay. I should choose the best sentence.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, says if you remember to bring a map, we wouldn't be lost now. If you would remember to bring a map, we wouldn't be lost now. If you'd remember to bring a map, we wouldn't have been lost now. Mm,
Hmm. So
the
what do you think is the
best
best option?
answer is the we wouldn't be the first one.
The first one?
No, wait a second. If you
Yes.
I think the second. Yeah.
The second one is the
the
correct answer.
second,
Hmm.
yes.
Very good. And this apostrophe D is not would, is had. Okay. Remember I told you how to identify it when we have apostrophe D and followed by a past participle verb, then it's the past perfect. If it is a regular verb, I mean a base form, a verb in its base form, then it's would. Okay? And what conditional is this?
The second,
Past,
The sec
present too. Past, present.
yes, past present condition. What do you mean? Look,
Who?
if no, Ela just put something in the chat. You'd okay. Uh, you'd plus. I'm gonna put it right here. Hold on. You'd plus.
Cuidado. Ay, ahorita voy a ver.
You'd plus.
Mande. Voy, permíteme.
Okay, just like this. If you have you'd plus verb in past participle like this, then it's the past perfect. Had. If you have you'd plus a verb in its base form, then it's would. Okay. All right. All right. Perfect. Next, if you
Turn.
yes, if you turn the photocopier off and off again, it sometimes works. And this is supposed to be on, by the way, off and on. So what conditional is this?
zero.
Yes, zero conditional. Very good. Questions so far?
We need to practice. Well, I mean, in my case, I need to practice this conditional.
It's really easy.
Is it possible
For
to you to
you,
share a biography to study that kind of conditional? Because in my life I haven't seen them. Please, is it possible?
Uh, can you repeat what you said, please?
Yes, is it possible to you to share a book or something or some source to find a little bit more of that information? Because I haven't seen that kind of conditionals in my life, present past or past present. I haven't, and I am looking in Google and there is no information. Can you please share to me a book or something to study that, please?
Well, I will look for a book with, that includes this information, but if not, I can send you the the presentation and you can just study it from there. But it's
yeah,
just
will be
a
good.
variety of the it's just a variety of the four main conditionals.
Okay,
It's
well, yes, I
nothing.
understand the form, but in my mind, it crashed a lot. For example, in James is always lazy. In my mind, crash that you have the first part in past and then the second part in modal past. So uh, I don't understand why. So that's why I want to learn a little bit more of it because if it comes in the exam, so I will fail.
Now, don't worry. Look, in this case, this is the one that you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we talk about something in the present, we use the simple past
Yeah, I
for
understand that
conditionals.
part. Yeah.
And for something in the past, we can use the past modals or the past perfect. It depends on where in the sentence it's located, this clause. Okay. So what is it specifically that you don't understand?
The form, why can we mix them in that way? Because I understand perfectly well the four main conditionals, but in this case, I don't know why. I mean, I haven't seen them before and I have them used them before, so I don't know. It
Look,
crashed for me.
I think you have used it, and in Spanish we have them too. This is all again. These mixed conditionals are all hypothetical. Okay, so if, for example, a part of my personality, which is being lazy, wasn't or weren't like that, then in the past, that wouldn't have affected me and I would have passed this exam or this test. Yes, that's
Okay.
kind of what it means. So we can use it, and we do use it a lot in the in Spanish. And we also use it a lot in English. Okay, mixed conditionals are more common than you think.
Okay, I
So
will study.
it's all just a matter of practice, and well, they're not different or that different from the let's call them original for uh, conditionals. Like we have the zero, the first, the second, and the third conditional, and these ones are just a kind of mix of all of them.
Okay, I will study anyway. Thank you.
All right. In negative, well, um, we can find them affirmative or negative. It doesn't matter. All right. Questions here? No questions?
No.
Okay, good. Right. Now we have here two more exercises, right? They are just similar to the ones that we did. So Paul drove too fast. Now he's in trouble with the police. What of this, I mean, which of these options is the correct one?
The second one,
Can you read it, please?
if Paul hadn't driven too fast, he wouldn't be in trouble with the police.
Exactly. Very good. The other two options are not correct because, well, first of all, if Paul didn't drive, is referring to the present, right? And we're not talking about something that happens regularly, right? We're talking about something that happened in the past, an isolated case, let's call it. Yes, so that's why we cannot use the first option. And
Sure, a
this the
question.
third, the yeah,
In the exam, it's gonna be the sentence first. For example, in this exercise.
like this.
Yeah.
Some of them are going to be like this. The exam is always changing, so we're not going to find the same examples or the same exercises every time.
I ask this because
But but
we
the
have to
structure,
identify the sorry, we have to identify the tense to choose the best answer, right?
yes.
So I think that it will be or maybe it's gonna be a example or something that tell us the tense that we are talking about.
Well, in the exam, you're going to have many different exercises, and like the ones that we have done, like for example, there are some exercises that do not include this, right? They are only three statements, and the one that is grammatically correct is the best answer in that case. And some other examples or exercises in the exam, we're going to have them like this, filling the gaps, right? And well, to do it or to answer that that specific part of the exam, you will have to read the entire sentence or the entire instruction, whatever it is or whatever is presented to you in that part, and then you have to choose the correct answer or the best tense in this case for this context.
Okay, thank you.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, all right, good. So as I was saying, the third option is not correct because we have hadn't and drive following this. Okay, so to begin with, that is not correct. Therefore, this cannot be the correct answer. And well, the second option is the correct one. We have driven and we have the tenses in the correct form. So what kind of conditional is this?
Past, present.
Mhm. Past present conditional. Very good. Next.
Hi.
Can you can you Julia, I didn't hear anything. Uh, no, uh, no, I can't hear you. Sorry. Um,
Number one, if you work late, can you turn everything off before you go?
okay. Number one is not correct. However, the future present conditional is correct. Okay, this is a future present, but
If you're
remember that for
working,
the future, exactly, we can also use the present continuous. Okay, so
Yeah.
if you're working late, can you turn everything off before you go? And this is, as you said, a future present conditional. Okay, the only thing is that it's not very common to use uh, will for conditionals. So we can use the be going to, or the present continuous for that. Okay.
okay,
All right, good. Let's continue. Any questions here?
no.
No? All right, good. Next,
I don't have a degree, so I didn't get a job. If I have a degree.
who's reading?
Number two, me. I don't have
Yeah.
a degree, so I didn't get the job. If I would had a degree, I would get that job. If I have a degree, I would have got that job. If I have a degree, I would have got that job. Um,
Okay, so which do you think is the correct option?
The first one,
The
the
first one,
second,
I don't think so.
the second, and the
Number one and number two are not correct. The correct option is, as Mariela says, number three. Why do you think is this? Exactly, Luis. It is a present past. It's a present past conditional. Now, what do you think number one and number two are not correct for this?
in the first one, as you said, past can be after a would. So it says if I had a degree,
Mm. In the
or
first one,
it's like if
uh,
it has a double past.
uh, well, not like that. If I had a degree at the moment, if I had a degree, and this second cause uh, must have been, I would have gotten that job. If I had a degree, I would have gotten that job. Okay, but this would be what conditional?
Third,
The third conditional. Exactly. So it doesn't fulfill the requirements for a third conditional nor a mixed conditional because in this case it would be a past past and there is no such thing as a past past conditional. Correct?
yes.
Now, the second one, if I have a degree, I would have got that job.
In that case, it could be I would have gotten that job, but it
Uh,
doesn't make sense either.
no, it's fine. Sometimes you can find got instead of gotten, and it's correct. So there's not the problem is not there, but here. Remember that for conditionals, what happens if you're talking about the present?
There has to be
In
a
simple
fact.
past,
Exactly. It has to be a simple past. Then if I have is not correct because it's not talking about a rule or a fact, correct? It's talking about this person in the present not having a degree. Since you're talking about something in the past, hypothetically affected by the present, then this should have been if I had a degree, correct? Like the third option. If I had a degree, I would have got that job or I would have gotten that job, correct? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. You didn't fix the roof. Now it's leaking. What's the best answer in this case?
The third one,
If you had fixed the roof, it wouldn't be leaking.
I think is the second teacher.
It's the third one. The second one cannot be because this is referring to the present. If you fixed the roof, it wouldn't have leaked. This doesn't make any sense, right? In this case, if we're talking about the present, which we're not, we're talking about the past, um, this would be correct if we were talking about the present, right? You don't fix the roof, then it will start leaking, something like that, okay? This would be correct, but not this one. So the second one is not correct for that reason. And the first one, if you had fixed the roof, it wouldn't have been leaking, right? So this might sound correct, but well, it doesn't say that it's been leaking for a while. It says that it's leaking. It started in this moment, right? So if you had fixed the roof, it wouldn't be leaking now, right?
yes.
Good. What kind of conditional is this?
Past, present.
Exactly. Past present conditional. Very good. Questions here?
No.
All right, let's continue. Everyone, everything clear? So good.
Yes.
All right, good. Let's continue. Now we have here some type of conversations. Okay. What do you mean, Luis?
In the last sentences, well, in my notebook, I have the structure about past present is if plus past perfect plus would and plus verb. I don't have the had. I don't know. I'm confused.
What had?
If you had fixed the roof, it
That is a
wouldn't be leaking.
that is a past perfect, Luis.
Okay.
The structure for a past perfect is, well, obviously the subject plus had or hadn't, and this is the past perfect. A subject, you had fixed the roof.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
All right. Nah, no problem. All right. Now let's take a look at this exercise. Number 2. Tom is not going to come to dinner tomorrow because you insulted him yesterday. Mhm.
Will, but he will come if you don't insult him.
Mm,
He would be coming tomorrow if you hadn't insulted him.
yep. He would come or would be coming if you what?
Hadn't insulted him.
Exactly. He would come if you hadn't insulted him. What kind of conditional is this?
Past future.
Exactly. Past, future. Very good. Number 3. Mary is unhappy because she gave up her career when she got married. What's the answer here?
I'm a little bit confused in this part. This one is a present past.
A
So
past,
I
present.
okay. So it Mary would Mary would be happy if she hadn't given up her career.
Yes, perfect. If she hadn't given up her career when she got married, she would be happy. Mhm. And this is, as you said, and past present. Why were you confused?
It was just like in like limiting if it was past present or present past, but I think I got it now.
Yep. Usually the if clause is the one that's going to give you the first tense. Yes, the if is the cause, and the other clause is going to be the consequence. And you cannot have consequences before the action or before the cause, right? So it is, well, this case, following that, it is the past present, just like
Okay,
this.
thank you.
Hmm. Yes. Also, you can always use the past perfect to guide your decisions. Well, in these cases, right? The past perfect always is the first action. Yes, that doesn't change.
Okay.
Good. Number four, Dr. Mercer decided not to accept the research grant at Harvard because he's going to take 6 months off to spend more time with his family. What is this? Number four, anyone?
Um, I'm going to try.
Yes,
Um,
go ahead.
Dr. Mercer would be accepting the research grant at Harvard if he hadn't taken 6 months off.
Hmm. No, because he hasn't done it yet. This is a
So
future plan.
it's present future.
Kind of.
I don't know if is future and past conditional. Okay, Dr. Marshall would have accepted the research grant at Harvard if he weren't taking 6 months off to spend more time with his family.
Very good, Luis. Yes. What did you say it was?
Future past conditional.
Perfect. Very good. Future past condition. Number five, Professor Schmitz talked so much about the Maasai tribe because she is an expert on African tribal groups.
Present past conditional.
I don't know. Let's find out. Give me
Wouldn't
the
have
answers.
talked
Okay.
if she weren't.
if she weren't. Yes, very good. So this is a what? What?
Present past
Present
conditional.
past.
Yes, present past conditional. Very good. Number six, I am unemployed because I had a disagreement with my boss and I was fired.
But I wouldn't been employed
I wouldn't be unemployed if
employed
I,
if I had if I hadn't had
mhm,
a disagreement
disagreement.
agreement with my boss and I don't know.
Try.
uh,
Hadn't been.
Hmm.
thank you.
This is a teamwork. Teamwork make a teamwork. Uh, hold on a second. Oh my God. Can you hear me? Yes.
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 Okay, so it was just my camera. So the thing is that I have a problem with one of my USB ports in my computer, and they are really they're not good. So I have to, you know, be cautious with the movement because it disconnects the camera. But that's doesn't matter. Okay, very good. And this is
Past present.
mhm, the past present conditional. Number seven, Nicole speaks Chinese fluently because she lived in China for 10 years.
Nicole wouldn't speak
Mhm,
if she hadn't lived.
perfect. And what conditional is this?
Past present.
Past present. Very good. Very good. Questions so far?
I think it's a matter of practice, as Angie said, because I kind of got a little confused, like I told you, in determining the tense that it was affecting.
Okay. Well, at the end of when we finish checking the homework, um we're going to review a little bit more. Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me. All right. Questions on this? Can we move on? Can I erase?
Yes.
Good. Here, I will not help you study for your test because you have spent the last 2 weeks partying and wasting time. Mhm. But yes. What is your question, Mireia? How do I know the tenses? What do you mean? Oh, okay. How do you identify them? Well, it's pretty simple actually. Look, help me answer this one. What is the answer for number 8?
I would help you.
Mhm. Yes.
Didn't spend.
Didn't? If we use didn't, then it becomes a present statement or a present clause. So it cannot
Teacher,
be.
it weren't spending. I don't know if it's okay.
Can you repeat that, please?
Weren't spending.
Uh, no, not really. If you weren't spending, it's referring to the future. If you weren't spending, it's for the future. Then we have the last 2 weeks. So it's
Hadn't
not future,
spent.
it's past.
The
Exactly.
past. Okay.
Yes. Hadn't.
Hadn't
And
spent.
the last 2 weeks partying and wasting time. I would help you study. Yes. Now, how do we identify the tense in this one? How do we identify the tenses
But referring in the A or in the B.
in the conditional?
with verbs.
Yep, with the verb form that we're using, right? So, for example, I would help you study for your test. This is referring to the present, right? And if you hadn't spent the last 2 weeks partying and wasting time, is referring
The past,
to the past, exactly. So this is a past,
present, past. I
past present, right? A past action. If you hadn't spent the last 2 weeks partying and wasting time, I would help you study for your test in the present. Mhm. Yes, Mireya, is that somehow clear?
Teacher, um,
Okay, good.
I want to see the time for the sentences in letter A, or I want to check the time for the sentences in letter B.
Well, actually, they are not going to ask you to identify the tenses. We're doing it like this, so you know have them here. But really, uh, you don't need to identify it like this, like to say, oh, this is a past present situation, or oh, this is a present past situation, something like that. You don't need it like this, okay? This is just something extra for you to keep this information fresh in mind, right? To remind you how to use this type of conditions. Yes?
Okay, because I was checking first the letter A, and when I check it, I try to identify what tenses I'm gonna use about the conditional, but
Okay.
I think it's
Uh,
wrong.
yes. You do need this when you have sentences or statements like this to answer, like, for example, part B is based on part A. In this case, you do need to identify what tenses they are using in the first statement, right? For example, number 9, Eleanor and Ben are not going skiing with us this year. What tense is this? They are not
Future.
Okay,
going skiing with
future.
us.
Future.
Exactly. This is the future. Let's do it like this. Future. And let's continue this year because Eleanor just had a baby. What is this?
Past.
Past.
Exactly. Past. All right. Now let's go to part B. But Eleanor and Ben, for future plans, in for conditionals in the future,
Would be
how do we
going.
use it? Exactly. Would be going skiing with us, mhm, this year. If Eleanor, this action is in the past, so how do we represent the past for conditionals?
Participle.
Exactly. So how would it be? Eleanor and Ben would be going skiing with us this year if Eleanor
Hadn't just had a baby.
hadn't just had a baby. That's perfect. Brilliant. Is it clear?
Okay, yes,
Yes?
yes, yes.
Good. Um, okay. So in these cases, in this kind of exercises, where you need the first one for context, because it's honestly it's only for context, okay? Because you would be doing fine without the first one. This is just context, okay? To make it easier. But
Teacher, that's
let's
how I understood better because remember that in the last exercise I just told you that I had problems identifying the tense.
mhm,
So now I have it a little more clear because I got stuck in the homework because I just thought, oh, it says future first and then past, so it's gonna be future past, but
mhm.
it's past future. The tense we're using,
Yeah. In
so
this
it
case,
helped.
it's past future.
So yeah, I was just reading. It's future first and then past. So
Mhm.
I thought we're going to use future past, but it's past future. So it helped me a lot more.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad. All right, now let's try
Thank
to
you very
do.
much.
Nah, thank you, because you make this possible. So thank you. I'm just here being me, which is not much. All right, now let's try to do it like this, just to prove it. Okay, you don't really need the first part, okay, but you're going to need a little bit more, a little bit more thinking. Okay, so let's see. Let's erase this part as well. Now, if I be not completely exhausted, I with you to the movies tonight. Now, let's identify this. I go with you to the movies tonight. What tense is this?
Future.
Exactly, this is future. And this one,
Past.
oh,
Present.
present. So how would it be? If I, it's in
Weren't.
present. Okay, if I weren't completely exhausted, I
Would go.
would go or would be going.
This is the one that you told us that was used to express emotions.
Mhm. Because if this were a past action or or a completed action, then this one wouldn't be talking about the present, right? Because this wouldn't be affecting something in the future because it's already done. You see, it's something completed. I was completely exhausted, but now I'm not. You see,
Okay.
But teacher, what will be the best answer? Will go or will be going?
it doesn't matter. Both are used for the future in this case.
For example, in the
So,
exam, both are correct.
well, in the exam, you're not going to write anything, but yes, in this case, both are correct. I would go with you to the movies tonight, or I would be going with you to the movies tonight. In this case, both are correct.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue. And you see, you have proof here. I am completely exhausted, so I will not go. You see, you honestly you don't need the first part, but it is useful for context and well to make you easier to find the tense in the second part or in part B. Hmm. But you can do it without it. You're really smart. You shouldn't be worrying. Okay. 11. She is not worried about the conference tomorrow because she's not giving a speech, but
Would be worried.
she would be worried about the conference tomorrow if she
gave a speech.
If she gave, no, but it is in the it is for the future, right?
It, if she
So,
would give a speech,
no,
If she would be giving,
close. If she were giving, if she were giving a speech, if she were giving a speech, that is for the future, she would be worried now, okay, in the present. But she is not worried because she is not giving a speech, right?
so it's future present.
Yes, future present. Hmm. Very good. Next, Frank is not going to the graduation ceremony because he broke his leg snowboarding last week. But Frank
Would be going.
mhm, he would be going to the graduation if he
Hadn't broken his leg.
perfect. Very good. If he hadn't broken his leg last week, he would be going to the graduation ceremony. Mhm, perfect. 13. They are not releasing the prisoner next month because there was so much public opposition to his parole.
Would be releasing the prisoner next month if there hadn't been.
They would
Number
be
12 is past future.
they would be releasing the prisoner next month if there
Hadn't been.
exactly if
And this
there
one is past
hadn't
future too.
been. Past future, past future as well. Very good. 14. The hotels filled up months in advance because the festival is going to include uh, jazz artists from around the globe. But the hotels,
Wouldn't have filled
mhm,
if the festival weren't including.
were including perfect jazz artists from around the globe.
This one is future past.
Future past. Very good. And 15. We're not worried about the recent string of robberies in the neighborhood because the police have started regularly patrolling the area. But we
Would be worried.
we would be worried about the recent string
If
of
the
robberies
police hadn't started.
mhm, regularly patrolling the area. Now, in this case, we have a present perfect, right? But
Yes.
present perfect situations started in the past, correct?
Yes, this one is a past present.
Exactly. Set. Good. All right. Hopefully this is all clear now, or do you
For
have any more questions?
for me it is clear.
Clear? Wonderful. The rest, how do you feel? How do you feel, guys? Nora says she's okay. The rest, how do you feel? Let me know. Do you have any questions? No? All good?
Yeah, I need to practice too, like Mariela, like Lydia, like Luis.
All right. Well, there was one more exercise that was for homework, right? Oh no, that's it.
You told us to write two sentences
For
per
each,
mixed.
yes.
Yeah, but I didn't do it because these two first homeworks got me a little confused. But
Okay.
now like I told you, it's more clear.
All
Me
right.
either.
So let's. Oh my
I feel like I had something tangled in my brain, but now it's not tangled anymore.
God. We unscrambled your brain somehow.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, let's review this a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
Now, again, mixed conditionals. This is going to be real quick, okay? Are you ready?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So this is the first one. Yeah, this is the first one that we saw. This is past future conditional, right? Now, for the past future conditional, we use what structures?
If plus past perfect plus would plus be plus verb in ing. Plus would plus be plus verb in ing.
Or plus ing, like that, right? This is for the past future. correct? Past, future,
Yes.
we have some examples here, right? If she had signed up for the ski trip last week, she would be joining us tomorrow, right? But she didn't sign up, so she isn't going to join us, right? So a past action affecting a future action, right? Again, this is all hypothetical, right? And
Yes.
it can also be remember I told you that would go or would be going to the movies tonight is also valid for the future. Here it is. You see? So we can use would go for the future as well, or would be going like this. Yeah? Okay, good. Should we move on to the next?
Yes.
Good. Now we have the present past. The present past. What is the structure for the present past?
If plus simple past plus would plus have plus past participle.
Hold on.
Okay.
If plus simple past, da
Plus
da da, would,
plus have plus past participle.
very good. And this is a present action, but not something that we are doing right now, but something that is. You know what I mean? Something like a fact, a present fact affecting perhaps a decision or perhaps an action in the past, correct? For example, if I were rich right now, if I were rich, I would have bought that Ferrari we saw yesterday. Okay, this is the present fact or the present action, the thing that is, well, in this case, is not because I'm not rich. I would have bought that Ferrari, but I didn't buy it. Yes, this is all hypothetical again. Yes, this is the present past condition. Questions?
No.
Okay, can we continue?
Yes.
It's okay. Now we have the past present. Remember, past present is not the present past inverted. Okay, it's something different. Now, what is the structure for the past present?
If plus had plus verb in past participle
Mhm,
plus would and plus verb.
mhm, very good. Yes. So again, would plus verb can be also used for the present. Mhm. And for the past again, well, we always use the past perfect. All right. Or in this case, in the case of the present past, a past model. Correct?
Yes.
All right. We have an example. If I had won the lottery in the past, I would be rich in the present. But I didn't win the lottery and I am not rich right now. Can we continue?
Yes.
All right, good. Now we have the future past. What is the structure for the future past?
If plus past continuous plus would plus have plus verb in past participle.
Mhm. Perfect. Good.
Well, it could only instead of past continuous could be verb plus where plus verb in ing
Mm,
because we're not
yes.
using was.
Past continuous or uh, well well okay. Let's do it like that so we can avoid confusion or misunderstandings.
Yes, where plus verb in ing.
Hmm. Very good. Okay. And the future past is something in the future, something that you had already planned in the future, affecting a past decision or a past action. Okay. For example, I have classes on Saturday, but some friends invited me uh, to a party this Saturday at the same time of my class. So if I weren't going to teach a class this Saturday at 10, I would have accepted the invitation for the party, right? But I do have to teach that class, and so I had to decline the invitation. Yes?
Yes,
Good. Can we continue?
yes,
All right. Now, the present future. What's the structure for the present future?
if plus simple past plus would plus verb in base form.
Mhm. Would plus verb or would plus verb plus ing right here. Okay. So yes, in this case, a present action is affecting a future action or plan. Mhm. And we have the examples. If I didn't have so much vacation time, I wouldn't go with you on the cruise to Alaska next week. But I do have a lot of vacation time and I will go to the trip next week. Okay? Yes?
Yes,
Perfect. Future present. The future present is if
if
plus
plus where plus verb in ing.
well, not where precisely, but the past.
Well, past
Past continuous or simple past.
plus would plus verb in.
Now this is the one I told you that was for example, was more common for feelings or things like that. Yeah, mostly
To express
feelings.
emotions.
Exactly, emotions. I forgot that word. Sorry. Yeah. hmm But you can also use the future present for other things, right? So, for example, if I were going to Colombia tomorrow, I would be packing my bags or something like that. Okay, but it is more common for emotions or feelings about something in the future. Well, about something in the future affecting you right now. Yes,
Yes.
and that's it. So these are the ones that we have. So take a picture of them if you want. Wait, where are they? Hmm, there.
I already have them written in my notebook.
You already have them?
Yes, I wrote them last class in my notebook.
Then who didn't have them? Well, okay. We'll take a picture of them if you want. Here they are. These are all the mixed conditionals that we have, and there were supposed to be 12 sentences for homework. So please have them by tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Can I erase this?
Yes.
Do you have the picture of it already?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Very good. Well, guys, that would be it for today then. Did you learn something?
Yeah,
Did you
teacher,
like the
I have a
class?
question. I have a question.
Ah, yes.
When,
Yeah, yeah, tell me.
well, but beside this one, I mean, when do you use it's all for today or it's it for today? Which one is correct?
Well, that's it for today, or that's all for today. It it's a matter of taste, honestly.
Ah, because I always use that's all for today. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it's just how you like it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that's it for today. We're done for today.
Yeah,
We
I
can
also
call it
use
a
we're done for
day.
today.
Yeah, that's all for today. It's only a matter of taste.
Okay.
Yep. So, did you learn something today, or
Yes,
did you? Yeah, that's
yes.
nice. Perfect. Very good. What did you learn, or what information was reinforced?
In general, for me, the mixed conditionals, I like learned them when while I was at the university, but it wasn't like a clear topic, so
Mm,
I still had some trouble with the mixed conditionals. But
I
today
see.
I don't have problems anymore.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, I
That's
want to be you,
perfect.
Carolina.
I think it's a matter of time.
Yeah,
I at
totally.
the beginning I just hated them, but now I don't.
That's
They are
awesome.
easy.
Maybe
Yes.
future.
They are easy to use and to understand.
I think I prefer to listen than to answer right, then it's better for me to speak than to write. Maybe.
So you
Nice.
are like you have the hearing intelligence, because
Maybe.
in my case I know that I'm visual.
Yeah, me too.
So
I'm very visual, but now I
it's
think I'm more like good at listening.
for me it's easier to write and take notes and all that stuff.